Welcome to the first, I guess the first Derp Twitter space, actually. Um I don't think we've done one before. And this is gonna be fun. It sounded good. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so this is the first one. It's gonna be fun. We're just chilling, talking about derps, talking about NFTs. Um, so yeah, welcome. Thank you guys for joining in. I see a few of you guys here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do the request speaking thing kind of thing and make sure that gets done well, so that you just bear with me. I gotta figure that out because it's the first time I ever do this. I've been on the listening side of things. I've never been on the hosting side of things. So just to get a little bit of time for people to join in. I know I started a little bit early, but I wanted to make sure I got all the everything worked out, I had everything set up properly. But just to give you a little introduction to who I am and what my name is, uh, my name is Malau, and a lot of you might think that's a weird name, but that is a name that was given to me by a Maasai warrior. I spent a year in Kenya doing missionary work, and one of the guards that were there at the camp that I lived at, uh, it was a Maasai warrior named Petro, and he gave me that name one night, sitting around a campfire. And basically, what it means is, I guess in simple terms, it means I can't miss. So I used that in my gaming because I was playing shooter games and stuff. So it just made sense. So Malau Gaming, I kind of adopted that name, and so yeah, that's where I got the name from. So if it seems a little weird or it seems like another language, it is. But that's what that means, and I kind of kept it throughout my gaming and streaming. I would say career. It's not a career. My gaming and streaming hobby, and then I just kept it through Twitter and Discord and stuff. So uh, unfortunately, the person that gave me this name, and this is why it means so much more, passed away this past year. But he was a little bit older. He struggled with pneumonia right before he passed away. So I've held on to this name, and it means a lot to me now. It meant a lot to me before, but it's even more important now. So it's a name that I'll keep as like I guess like an avatar name throughout the space and things like that. But yeah, that's who I am. And I'm a part of Dirtbirds, and I've been a part of Dirtbirds since September. We got, oh, look, I see. Okay, now I see how it works. We got one person requested. Oh, Smokey requested. Okay, okay. How does this work? Approve. Perfect, perfect. I'm learning. I'm learning, guys. What's up, Smokey?
Hey, what's good, Malau? What's good, sir?
Yo, I see we got JK, Slumber, Drew, Flacco, Queef, Cam, Wrath, Chair just joined. May I and 247 Crypto. Nice guys, thank y'all for joining. Appreciate it. Like I said, this is just gonna be something real chill. We could talk about derps, we could talk about NFTs, whatever you want. If anybody has questions or anything like, they're curious about, in with Dirtbirds, please feel free to ask. If there's anything you're wondering about me or NFTs in general, yeah, let's keep it open that way. Other than that, I'll just kind of keep things going along and keep talking just to kind of fill that space in between questions. So thank you guys so much for joining. I know it's 10 o'clock now, so a lot of the people that did have reminders set will probably be jumping in now. Um, but yeah, I joined Dirtbirds. Actually, it's a kind of a crazy story. Um, I like I said, I was gaming and streaming, and the PC I have now was a PC that I built from. I was blessed. I made a decent amount of money streaming on Twitch, and I was able to use that money to build a PC. And then I kind of stopped gaming, kind of stopped doing that whole scene, and but I still had that PC, and I was like, man, I want to do something with it. When I'm not home gaming after work and that kind of stuff. But like during the day, I want to do something with it. And I came across a video for crypto mining, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna put my PC use while I'm at work and mine crypto and make money. And I started looking into crypto, and at first I was mining on what's called oh man, it's oh nice hash, uh, and that was like a Bitcoin mining uh, software. And so I mined Bitcoin, and then I was like, oh, I can mine on Ethereum and do better and get more profit. So I started doing that, and then I came across Dan Coco Loco Dan YouTube video, and I saw Cardano, and I was like, oh, let me check this out. And that was whenever I found Cardano was like in the summer of 2021. And I looked into Cardano and started, looking at the crypto itself. And then I started seeing NFTs. And my first Cardano NFT was a Zombit. And then I came across Dirt Birds. And I tell you what, the first time I'll be honest, I remember seeing Dirt Birds before. And I was like, I don't want to get into this. This is weird, And so I kind of put it off. But then I saw their second YouTube video, which is like one of the trailers, um, and I was like, man, this thing is hype. I like it. I like the style, the music, the way they did everything, and I was like, okay, let me check it out. And I'm telling you, the moment I joined the Discord, I knew I was hooked. I was like, man, these people are great. It was the day after they sold out of the mint, so I didn't actually mint dirt birds. It was the day after. I bought a dirt bird. I was telling this to a few people. It was a probably one of the uglier ones, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Um, it was a magic beak with the mustache and the card. I hated it. So I kept it, but I think I sold it later on. And then my second dirt bird was the one you see in my profile picture, buff orange. I bought that for 90 ADA. And the rest is history. I love hanging out. I started getting into different NFTs in the space. But I stayed with dirt birds because man, the community was great. Honestly, I know it's a kind of a cliche, like oh man, I came for the art, but I stayed for the community, kind of thing. But but
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, it was. I stayed, and I was talking about this with some of the Apex players in Derp Discord, and I was saying it's like it's crazy, like you see people over the last few weeks that Dirtbird's kind of been getting more hype. You see people coming in and being like, man, like, or even throughout from September, you see people from other communities come in and be like, man, I never knew Dirtbird's Discord was like this. This community, is crazy, And it's funny because like you get so caught up in I guess your own community, if whatever it is, and this is not downing any other community, but like you get so caught up in that bubble that it's funny to see people step outside that and join dirt discords and be like, wow, this is a crazy community. Not like crazy in a bad way, but like this is like just last night, Ergonaut had joined and he's doing some research about dirt birds. And he's like, dude, I never knew this Discord was this active, and it's been like that since September. So that was one of the reasons why I stayed. Is the community was just so much fun to hang out, and we don't even really talk about NFTs all the time. We just chill and talk about life and different things and have fun. So, but if there's anybody, listen, if there's anybody here that wants to ask questions or wants input or wants to speak, just make sure you request, and I'll approve you.
Hey, hey, what up? Hey,
Yeah,
Mel.
what's up?
Adding to what you said, I came into Dirt Birds. It was actually that second video. That video, it was like a rock and roll
Yeah, that's the
style.
one.
It was aggressive.
Yeah,
So the trailer got me in. I went in for the flip, but then I just stay in for the community,
yeah.
the people interacting. And it was actually the first time that I did start engaging into a community besides um, just trying to profit off a JPEG. And that's when I started seeing value into the projects. So that's why one of the reason I stay with the derps. Uh, it was the first time I realized that there was something more behind just a NFT. Um, there was a community, there was a project, and there was like-minded people that actually appreciated the same idea.
Yeah, like, and that's what's cool about this project is, and this is not to down any other project that's like a PvP project or, that's an art project or whatever it may be. But one thing I realized with Derps is that it's fun to be a holder. It's fun to be a part of the community. And that's what NFTs should be in a way. There should be utility. There should be some kind of use case, but then it should be fun to hold. And that's why the gamified aspect of Dirt Birds is what kept me here, is because it's not just about another NFT or another drop or whatever, but there's a story, there's a strategy behind what you want to collect, the traits you want to collect, how you want to do it. And you can kind of create your own story in a way of what you're collecting. Like just recently, I saw Dirt Porter, he was able to get every attribute that there was in the Dirt OG Derps, and so like that's a gamified experience that he sought after himself. Like he's going that route of getting every attribute. I even saw AMJ or Joseph. He was doing no, not Joseph. Jacob, he was doing the same thing. Like he's looking for all the traits. So like that's something like you have kind of find your own thing. Like there was even people yesterday, just yesterday, looking for all the mustache drapes. Like so it's just fun because you have different routes you can take, uh, and then the experience itself with the roadmap is just a gamified experience, which should be, it should be fun to hold an NFT and not just there are some people that are in the space just for money, and that's understandable. I think if we all are honest, a lot of us are in the space because of that. But if you look past that, what projects are doing more than just giving you a ADA value to flip, but have a community, have a story, have lore, and a gamified experience that's fun for the holders you know. So that's why I love Derps. That's why I stayed. That's why I'm still here. It feels like it was just yesterday, but like we always say in crypto, it's like 2 months in the crypto verse is like 5 years. So
Yeah. We're about to go into our anniversary, right?
yeah, yeah. So it'll be September is when we hit 1 year.
Well, that's quick.
Yeah.
That's
I,
quick.
I'm curious if they're gonna do anything for the 1 year anniversary. I was joking the other day that maybe they'll airdrop those trash can preds to all the Dirtbird holders for the 1 year. You clicked everywhere. Uh, let's see. Are you on desktop cam? Because if you're on desktop, you won't be able to speak. It has to be on mobile. So I'm watching Dirt Discord. If you have any questions, um, yeah, I believe you can't.
So, Malau, you're operating this space from the desktop or from a mobile?
No, from mobile. I don't even know how to do it from desktop. I don't know even know if it's possible.
I participated. I've heard some from desktop, but I don't know if I
Like
spoke.
even on desk. Okay, I see a request. Even on desktop, I can't find it on my side, but I can see it on my mobile. What's up, Hoarder?
What up, Porter?
How's it going, guys? Just here feeding my
Good.
kids,
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
hey, I gave my kids here some popsicle and lollipops. The mom is working, and I just got him watching Sonic and popsicle and lollipop. As soon as the popsicle is going away, I shove another one in their mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. They're all eating oats this morning, so
Yeah. So,
Nice.
hey, Porter, how was that collecting all the attributes, all the trade? This is something I've been curious, and probably you came up. How many derps are out there like with just 2 trays or 3 trays, like let's say just Astro and Dave, or just like stoners. Do we have those out there? You must encounter it.
So for me, I basically Joseph, he posted about how he was missing a few or whatever, and I'm like, I never even checked. So I just started checking on CNFT tools and realized I had 4 traits I didn't have. I didn't have a white, which I think I sold. I think I had a couple whites, but I sold them. Um, I didn't have the scientist beak, the deity body, which that was the expensive one I had to go for, and the scientist ears, I think is what it was. But anyway, I just checked on there and just saw what I had. It was really nice having my perfect buff because that covered every single buff trait. But yeah, I don't know. There's some, like I said, the scientist, I got him in one derp. So I got the ears and the beak from there. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. I didn't realize I didn't have them all, so it's kind of cool to see out of what I had, the collection, and kind of it's that collection that you talked about where you're trying to collect them all and kind of new challenges always. And then, of course, the achievements make it even more fun.
Yeah, so it's, like I was saying, it's like everybody has their own route and what they want to do. I personally don't think I'll achieve all the traits, but I kind of have my own thing that I'm doing, and it's funny because like I started writing that lore for my NFT, my PvP Buff Orange, and like there's a little bit of I try to get things that are purchase things that add to that story and that lore. So like one of the things I did, and I don't know if people may not know, but one of the things I did personally was I sent off every one of my Dirtlings to Pred except for the daughter of my PvP. And the reason I did that is because in the story, Buff Orange is somebody that's going out for revenge against the Pred, and that they stole all of these Derplings, and now he has to try to get them back, or kind of, that kind of thing. And so like I kind of reflect that in what I hold as a holder, that I only have that one Derpling as my daughter. But recently I changed that up. I kind of changed it up because I saw a buff orange Derpling listed pretty low on the market. So I picked her up. And so, the way I add that to my story is that, basically I adopted her because her parents were sent to Pred, and, I just kind of took her under my wing and rescued her from Pred prison or something. I'll add that in some kind of way. But everybody has their own thing. There's people that collect only drapes. There's people that collect only Pred, and that's what makes it fun. There's people like what you call it, Cheek, that has like so many buff derps. It's ridiculous. That floor is like 1K now. What's up, Cam? You there?
Hello?
Now
Can you
you,
hear me? Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here, Mel, but obviously
Oh, okay.
you're just talking about story. When are we going to see the next stage of the story? Because I, for one, really enjoyed reading it, and I think it's definitely given inspiration to the whole of the community, including the recent animation that's come live. And I think
Yeah.
there's I think a lot of us are waiting for the next chapter.
Yeah, I mean, for those that haven't read it, I'll probably link it in my Twitter later on. But what Cam's referring to is I wrote like I think 5 chapters so far, and just it's just a fun lore behind my character from the viewpoint of my PvP Buff Orange. But it kind of loosely follows the roadmap that we have with Dirt Birds, and how things came about, and it's just a fun, creative way to do that. And to answer your question, Cam, I want to start writing again after I finish the last fight for the Twitter showdown between Cheek and Quarter. So once I finish that up, I want to focus back on doing the story, and hopefully I can, release a chapter a week to kind of keep things going. But yeah, so uh, I think I'll cover it the story all the way up until where we are currently in the roadmap. So right now, Preds are invading. That's still going on. Derp token is about to be released. So I'll cover up to that point in the roadmap, and then I'll let the roadmap progress a little bit more. I think before I continue the story, but I still have a lot to cover from where I've left off to where we're at now in the roadmap. So it'll be plenty of chapters, and I'm having fun with it. I put in a lot of people from the community, and their derps and their PvPs, and kind of reflecting like their personality that they have from Discord into what their derps do in the story. So it's been fun. I enjoy it, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it. And so it'll be. I'll say this in Dave fashion. It'll be soon, very soon.
Very good.
Yeah, we're
That's
still
good.
in July, guys. We're still in July. Um, and hey, you know what? I don't think that you're the only one alone. I think all of us, we got a story to our favorite derp. Because I know that when I started, with my Smoky PFP, which is my internet life. Because in person, if you meet me, you'd be like, "Do that guy really smoke weed? Like he he reflect on internet?" But I'm a serious pothead.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
just in my private life. But dude, I like the story. I like the character was going. I like the community. That cartoon was such a surprise, man. I was just surprised when I saw it, and it's amazing, man. Props to what's his name? I forgot. Jabo Jason from Jamaica.
Jamie.
Jamie. Yeah, props to him.
Yeah, dude. So that itself is pretty crazy. He had messaged me, I don't even know, like a while back, and he was saying, "Man, I have something planned." I was like, all right, that sounds cool. Like, you know, I wasn't sure what it was, but then he started asking me, a little bit about the background, and I think he read up the stories that I kind of put out, and then he started kind of dropping things to me in Twitter messages every once in a while, and so I was excited. I was waiting for it, and then just out of nowhere he dropped it. And let me see, like that tweet itself has blown up, which is great. And if you haven't seen the animated short uh, that Jamie made with his team, it it was amazing. Like for me personally, as the holder of like the person that's in there, I have it pinned to my Twitter. So if you go to my Twitter, it's at almost 2,500 views right now. Um, no telling how many people saw it. I've been asking him for the analytics to see, but but yeah, it's crazy. I love it, and I'm excited for where the direction goes for the next episode. It seems like, and I don't know anything. I don't know anything where he's going, but from what I saw, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I saw, it looks like Buff Orange is going Rambo, and he's traveling to the Drapes to ask for help. Now, whether or not that happens in the next episode or not, I don't know, but that's what it seems like to me, which would be cool to have the Derps and Drapes working together to fight Pred. So
Oh, that looks funny. If it goes there, that'd be and that looks kind of where it's going because it has Buff Orange walking. And that drape ending, that cliffhanger just left it there like, oh shit, we going at it again.
yeah, it's so crazy. The attention to detail too. Like the more I watch it, just like the little things he puts in there, and that's what I enjoy as like someone that pays attention to detail, like the music, the sound cues. Like you can even hear like a kind of like a it's a small thing, but if you go back and watch it, you can hear it whenever he has his ninja sword on his back and he passes up the derp on the road. You can hear kind of like a swing, like the ninja sound of like a sword in the music, and I think that's so cool because it's like signifying like he has his sword now. He's ready to go mess some Preds up, and like just little things, attention to detail that he put in there. from a sound aspect was really, really cool, and I liked it. It was really well done, I think, personally. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about derps or um, anything that you're curious about and you're listening and you want to know, feel free to ask. Just request to speak. If you're on mobile, you can request. If you're on desktop, you cannot. So you'd have to get on this space on mobile to be able to speak. For anybody that's curious and trying to look for the speaker button, uh, you can't find that on mobile. I mean, you can't find that on desktop. And if you have any questions, say like you can't get on mobile, uh, drop your questions in general chat and just ping my name and I'll be able to see it to answer that. Geek Derp is typing in general right now. That's uh-oh.
This could be news like literally as it drops.
Oh, good morning, fam. Update. Got the
Breaking
transaction
news.
creation.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Got the transaction creation process working. Next is orchestration with timeouts and signing. Was up a bit late last night. I'm still working through my test cases. They take time, so I'm going as fast as I can. Also in support, there's a new bot that auto creates threads that help me organize that channel. Oh, cool. If you have an issue that you need help with, please message the channel again so that thread can be created. He has a picture of the Nami wallet interface with receiving Derp. That's awesome. So it's looking like if everything goes well today, it's looking like that can happen today, which is exciting. Being able to exchange Derp. I know. Listen, we've been in Derps long enough to know that timelines are meant to be broken. It's gonna happen, and so it requires a little bit of patience. But we always know, always look back. Every time something's delayed, you look back and you know it's worth it. Like the devs there do stuff the right way so that it's not broken later on. And so this delay is on purpose. There's no point in releasing Derp before it's ready. Even if it's a week, 2 weeks delayed from what they announced, they'll get it out when it's right, and it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Hey,
100%.
I agree with that 100%. In my opinion, I wait for them to get it out when there's utility for it. When
Yeah.
the dirt coin is out and we immediately could use it. It's not like the coin is out, what we're gonna do with it now.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it makes sense. Now, I have a question. Probably anybody help me. I recently baked my clay, and it was a non-custodial process. And I don't know if anybody else has done it here, but are we doing something similar to the kind of bake, the clay, the baking, what is it, bacon, bake, whatever? Because it was non-custodial, or are we having a whole nother process behind it, including multi-sig and that?
You're talking about for clay?
Yeah. Has anybody
I
here baked their clay?
I don't know. I personally haven't. If anybody's listening and maybe Queef, uh, now that I say that name, maybe Queef knows and can answer that. They're typing in chat right now.
Because it was like a non-custodial staking. It from what it seems that allowed you to even list the clay on JPEG.com, a JPEG store, and when you come and claim your clay token, you just have to have the asset in your wallet again.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, and I haven't baked clay, but the non-custodial side of things is as long as your derp assets are in your wallet, you will earn that staking reward, which is then shown. For you to then claim that, that's when a multi-sig comes into play. And Geek said something about that, I believe, last night, that it's all then, or was it Dave? It was in
Okay.
Dave's announcement, actually.
So they said baking clay will stop your accrual of clay for 2 weeks, and it needs to be in the same wallet at the end of the 2 weeks to receive the clay.
But the way that I see it, they're working when you baking your clay, you register or you say, all right, I'm
Mhm.
gonna take this clay for this amount of time. 14 days is the period to get the reward. If you take it before, they have a percentage cut. But it's like registering, saying, all right, this one is gonna be steak. And Dirt Birds, it's already automatically steak.
Correct. Yeah, so that is
Yeah, because
different
it's
then.
yeah.
Because even Clay says, if you don't bake, you get rewarded.
Yeah, so like it's kind of like their gamified version of staking. You know, you can bake if you want to, or you don't, and you still different routes for different people and how they want to do it.
Yeah, no, it just had me thinking of how the technique go in the process. And then it had me also thinking, so they gotta, if they don't want you to, if you get rewarded for not claiming your token, the token is held in a liquidity pool or
I that
something.
that I don't know. I am not sure. I if you
Me
don't bake
neither.
your extra clay from the slash rewards of others, that's what I'm reading in Discord right now. I know this might be confusing. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if there's another channel we can use. Uh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay.
This is just general talking over here. We just chit chatting. We just
Yeah, yeah.
having
I just didn't
coffee,
want.
talking in general.
I didn't want the general messages to get confused with what geeks trying to do right now. But it's all good. I think it's enough of a difference to know that they're not talking directly to them.
The question for you here, Mel, is that,
Yeah. What's
or
up?
anybody that wants to answer really, but um, this will be the first time that I'm earning any token in terms of
Hmm.
dirt. Obviously, people have earned it, and there's different use cases, obviously. So to start with, we're going to only have the use of dirt is going to be for the raffle system. Obviously, later down the line, there's going to be other things to use dirt on. So
Yeah.
this I'm sure it's in personal preference for everybody individually. So it's just more a question of what you're thinking. But let's just say you earn 1,000 dirt. Are you going to withdraw it straight away? Are you just going to hold it there? Is what's the benefit of withdrawing it weekly over leaving it in your account? Are you going to use it up front on raffles right now and just deplete everything you have, or are you just going to save it? It's just kind of trying to find your understanding on what you think of doing with it.
Yeah, so for me, it depends. There's a couple things that I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look at how much it costs for a raffle ticket, and then I'll put that up against. I'll probably calculate like, okay, how much do I want to allocate towards raffles, depending on how much I earn per epic. Uh, so you don't necessarily have to withdraw. So the cool thing about Derps is that you'll accumulate XP every 5 days. It'll pop up on your account every 5 days. You're getting XP. Now, whether or not you want to convert it to straight to Derp because you want to use that Derp, that's great. Or if you're like, I don't want to use it right now, I'm just gonna let the XP accumulate, and then I'll convert it whenever I'm ready to use the Derp because there's no for me personally there's no reason to convert it until I'm ready to use that dirt. I mean, you can be like, oh yeah, I converted and I have this much dirt now, just to kind of be like a flex. But for me personally, I won't convert it until I'm ready to use it because that's a transaction that's happening on the blockchain and or that costs fees or whatever. So for me personally, to convert every 5 days doesn't make sense. I'll convert whenever I need to use that dirt. And for the raffles, I'll convert, but I'll probably convert only the amount that I want to use for that raffle. And because that's the first use case, maybe I'll use a lot more uh, early on. But as more stuff comes out, like using Derp for Pred Armory, using Derp for whitelist, different things like that, I might kind of back down my allocation of Derp towards raffle tickets so that I can use that derp later on in better ways to make it more fun for me. But it really depends on how much those raffle tickets are. But winning
What would you
a pixel
speculate they're
would
going
be
to be?
fun.
What would your speculation be on the cost?
Man,
Do you think it's
I
going to
think
vary depending on which asset is up for raffle, or do you think it's going to be a set price?
I think the raffle tickets themselves will be a set price, so that people know, okay, there's a raffle. I'm gonna buy this many tickets. It's gonna cost this much dirt. I think the the fact that it's a certain type of NFT, like Pixel versus, let's say, Goat Tribe. There's no knock against Goat Tribe, but the floor and the desire to have that over Pixel is a little bit less. So maybe less people will try to raffle for the Goat Tribe. So the popularity of the NFT will determine how many tickets are bought. So that'll reduce your chances. But I personally think the ticket prices should um, stay the same so that going in, okay, I want to buy this many dirt raffle tickets for this.
QV, I feel
How
that allow
expensive?
just
How expensive? I think they posted, and now this is just a screenshot. I don't think it's accurate to what it may be, but it might. But a few days ago, the Derp Twitter posted. Okay, here it is. It shows on the UI that the ticket price is 10 Derp, and that makes. I mean, I see it and this making sense. I mean, if you say for me personally, I'm earning like around 700 something Derp per epic. It's not a lot because I do have a lot of stuff listed. But there's some people that are earning like 4,000. So they could buy, in essence, they can buy, if they want to use all their dirt, they can buy 400 tickets. Bam, just like that. Buy 400 tickets for the raffle. So 10 dirt makes sense. I think it's a good price. It's not too expensive. Um, if you hold one dirt bird, a decent dirt bird, you could buy one ticket every epic, which allows people that are just holding one or two things to be able to purchase those tickets. I think that's fair in my opinion. I don't know what do y'all think about that 10 dirt per ticket?
Yeah, well, one thing that just had me thinking, and there's still not like a set value of what will be like how many derps compared to one ADA. We don't
Yeah.
have that yet, right?
No, we don't, and we won't have that until someone does that in a pool, or kind of, I guess we could you could kind of see, like, so in my opinion, right now in my mind, I view, um, so it's like a 10-to-1 for the XP to derp, right? And so the way I've been looking at derp deals is, say my pred earns 20 dirt per epic. I would value that pred right now under the current prices. I would value that pred at 200 ADA. That's how I look at it and seeing dirt deals, because right now I think that's roughly the average of ADA to dirt per asset. Now that changes because the dirt floor is going up. Uh, those kind of things. It kind of varies between each collection, but in my mind, I think, okay, 10-to-1. If this earns 20 dirt per epic, it should be roughly around 200 ADA right now. That'll change in the future for sure. But that's how I look at it personally when I'm looking up deals. Yep, only takes one ticket to win. Lower entry makes sense. Yeah, that's right, Drew. I think that lower entry for tickets uh, makes a lot of sense. So, like, because the raffles will go on for longer than 5 days. They'll go for weeks at a time, I'd imagine. So, like in that picture, it shows. Okay, this one, it shows the raffles ending. It's just a UI graphic, but it shows the raffles ending in 20 hours. So,
Yeah.
say you have like a week long raffle. Um, if you have only, say, the worst of the worst, say you had just an egg. An egg earns, I think right now, the current earning is 2 dirt per epic. So if you just have one egg and the raffle runs for for let's say 2 weeks, then you're able to purchase one ticket just by earning that one egg, having that one egg, which is crazy. You know, you could possibly win a pixel NFT by holding one egg from Dirt. Insane. And I think that'll be cool. Like, and the reason why I'm excited about this raffle system is, has anybody heard of D Gods on Solana? They,
I
I
heard, but
know,
I'm not even deep diving it. Seen
I
the
haven't
game, but
I
not.
haven't deep dived it either. But you kind of in the last video Dave had with CJ, he kind of touched on it a little bit, but just from personal talks with Dave, I know that he's doing his research there because D Gods at one point was like, I don't even know, like way down there. Like he showed me a video, he linked a video to me from their Twitter, and it shows kind of, you know how like you have those videos where like the graphs of like, I don't know, like certain amounts, like say like popularity and like video views or something like that. Let's just give that example. And how like certain things like they jump up and go down and kind of change dynamically. And once like one thing gets popular, it kind of showed me like a graph like that with D Gods being like a rural small blimp on the heat map or whatever. And then as they kept building through and providing utility. And then they started doing this raffle like system on their blockchain. It showed like them just explode, and it was just like they blew up so fast. And then they held that because they implemented something like this that got people excited to be holders that not necessarily would want to participate in the roadmap, but someone can come in, buy a derp, not participate at all in the roadmap, and that's fine. And be holding a derp, earning derp token, and purchase a raffle ticket and win a pixel or a Clay Nation or a Chill Kong or whatever, and have an asset that they couldn't purchase with the amount of ADA they have, you know, or whatever. Say, you know, they just buy a dirt plane. You know, right now the floor is like 40. So they turned that 40 ADA into a chance to win an NFT that's worth over 2,000. That's just insane to me. And it's really cool that, you know, Dave's was researching that because this idea is something great and something, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, something I haven't seen on Cardano yet, or at least implemented this way. Does anyone here plan on starting? Oh, so they're asking if anyone plans on starting a DEX liquidity pool. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody could start a liquidity pool, and then we'll see, you know, the dirt value to ADA. But you know, I don't think it's the dirt token is necessarily designed for that. I think it's more of it honestly is more of a ecosystem token to do stuff within the ecosystem. Um, and you can use that dirt to, like I said, get raffle tickets, get traits, crate boxes, to get traits for your pred and customize them. Uh, from what I recall, Dirt 2.0 will be open policy, dynamic and customizable. So maybe even, you know, buying traits for them as well in the future. I don't know. So the possibilities are endless. You know, with this having it within the ecosystem, uh, I think is amazing because it
I think
kind of. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say that, you know, what you're saying is 100% right, and I think that somebody could start a liquidity pool. I think it's been said by Dave in this previous interview that it's not going to be by the Derp team himself. But all I've seen in coins like that that do go into a liquidity pool is, you know, they end up being pump and dump, don't they? And I think
Yeah, yeah.
the main reason for this is utility, and the
Mhm.
utility is there for the reasons of the raffle system, for the reasons of the pred armory, and you know that should be the first and foremost focus for the Derp token.
Yeah, and what's exciting is that like right off the bat, you'll be able to use this. You know, like it. to some people it may not be much, but dude, the chance to win an NFT just by being a derp holder, another NFT that's considered a blue chip, is just fun, you know. And to a lot of teams will, a lot of projects will drop their token, but then you just sit there. And if you have a liquidity pool, it'll be dumped in that pool to earn ADA, and then like you said, pump and dump, and it goes away. But when you have utility like this and something that's outside of a DEX or whatever, it brings value within your ecosystem. Like, oh man, I want some dirt because I want to put in as many raffle tickets as possible for this NFT, or I want some dirt because man, I really want this trait that is on the Pred Armory and it costs this much. I got to save up. Or you can even make deals with people within the community. I think from what I remember, they're trying to get a trading tent set up so that trades can happen securely and in the right way. And I think that's huge because later on, people are going to want to exchange dirt and maybe make trades in dirt so that they can increase their dirt allocation so that, you know, if they don't have the amount that they need for a certain trait, then they can get it trading amongst the community, you know? So I'm reading here on Discord. Stin says, agreed, Malal. I've seen multiple raffle systems of Solana succeed, DGods, curse mics, etc. Haven't seen such a system on Cardano, which is why I'm so hyped. Awesome way to bring people into the Derp ecosystem and get engagement. Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, one of the things that I'm excited about is people finally, like, being able to see Derps get the recognition we have the last couple of weeks has been really exciting because leading up to this Derp drop in exchange, it'll get their eyes on what utility we're bringing and get their eyes on something that's new in the Cardano system, which I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe I'm a little biased, but I think the utility for this token within Cardano is huge. I don't think we see it yet. A lot of people may not have, may not see, of course you can't see in the future, but have the vision to see how big this can be. And if done properly, this can be really, really huge for not only for Derps, but for Cardano. Seeing this type of
You're right.
utility.
You're right, and you're also biased.
Yeah, I
You're
am
both. You're
biased.
right and
Yeah.
biased.
But like, imagine other projects, you know, adopting this kind of, thing. It
It will get
brings,
there. It will
yeah,
get
yeah.
there. I mean, we just got to keep starting in it, believing in how it's going. But I could see this being adopted by other projects. And one of the things that I like as this thing, as the team has built, they building for a long run. They
Mhm.
know how things gonna happen. Like Dave was the first developer project that I heard talking about taxes. I was like, shit, these motherfuckers are preparing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they seek legal counsel and what they do and everything they're doing to make sure that they're safe. Like you said, they're thinking about the future, thinking about the long run, not just doing everything they can to get hype into the project, but doing everything they can to make sure it has a great foundation.
Yeah.
And so imagine in the future being able to use your dirt to raffle off a cross chain NFT, like something from ETH or something from Solano, you know?
Oh, that'd be
Um,
well. If Solana is on, so
well, let's
we,
just leave.
we,
Okay, something from ETH. I'll just leave it at
we
that.
got better chance also probably with Matic, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
But that'd be good. And like going back to it, I could see other project using the derp system as same as I seen other project using the mutant crocs because they have a custodial staking and I think what is it I heard some projects they're gonna be using their system. I could see other projects calling out reaching out to the derps to set up their staking system because this is already a roadmap in the NFT project that every in the NFT ecospace that I believe that every project to be successful, they have to follow it. They have to follow it, the tokens, the utility, the ecosystem, and they has to be people to provide it for them. Um, what's the word I'm trying to say? I got my son right here trying to talk over me. Hear him. Um, so, but there's gonna be projects starting now. They might have the art, the hype, but they don't have the developers to put that out, and they're gonna sort out teams like the Derps, the Secret Gold Society, and so other ones.
Yeah, I think we're kind of already seeing that. People reaching out to derps to because like they said in the last interview, it makes sense. Like you said, like these projects being released and they're hype and everything and they're cool, but then they quickly realize like, okay, what else can I do um, for my project? And then they realize, man, like this, there's a lot to this, and I don't have the technical ability to provide the, I guess, the standards that Cardano's moving towards. Because there's projects like Clay, like Dirtbirds, uh, like Pixel that have a certain standard of utility and a standard of operating that some of these projects that are just releasing may not have the technical ability to reach. So they'll reach out to those teams that are doing it already. And so it's like we'll slowly, and especially during a bear market, you'll see the teams that are building right now are the teams that are going to flourish, I think, in the bull market. You've seen that at the very beginning, during September, October, November. So many projects were just like blowing up, doing awesome. And like, oh man, this is crazy. The time in September was insane, you know? But then you slowly start to see those kind of etching their way into the front of the pack. And then even now, those ones that are still here building from whenever they released in September are the ones that are going to be those front runners in the next bull market. Because you'll see, again, you'll see it whenever it comes again. So many projects hyping up, but they'll it's sad to say, and it's unfortunate, they'll just burn themselves out or not have the longevity to last leading up to the next bear market. And those teams that were building during the first one will continue to build and be successful. And that's why it's exciting for Dirtbirds. I'm biased, of course, but there's no denying that this team is building. There's no denying that this team is here to stay. And that's what excites me about this project is it's not just another PvP. It's not just another cash grab. It's this dev team loves what they do, enjoys what they're doing, and is building something that it has longevity and it's fun to hold. And I don't know, it's just really cool to see them get to where they are now compared to where we were in September. Um, and having all the characters in place. We have derps, we have derplings, you have derp apes, and you have pred. And so all those characters are in place. We're getting the derp allocation exchange going here very soon. And then we have the fun, I guess, more or less the fun stuff begins, using the derp token, uh, being able to customize your pred, being able to see uh, from what Dave says and to see his excitement. I don't know if anybody was in Discord the other day, but Dave didn't seem like himself. Like Dave was like on Millie level
Oh
in
yeah, dude.
Discord.
I even bought a Derp. I even went and got it. I was like looking, making offers, patiently waiting for somebody to accept my offer. Dave comes like I could feel his sweat in the typing.
You could feel it through the screen. Uh,
So I was like, holy shit. I went and got a few floor derps. I was like, all right, let's just do this.
yeah, so like to see his excitement, and then what I was getting to is to see his excitement for what he has to announce for Derp 2.0, like having that open policy, having that new art look. It's just you're setting up all the pieces for having that gamified experience go to another level, and that's really really exciting to be a part of and to see them building. I see Geek Derp in here. Thank you for joining, Geek. I know you're busy uh, getting things worked out, and I want to personally say thank you for everything you're doing. I know you've been busy since September. You haven't stopped. So thank you so much for what you're doing, especially leading up to the Derp Exchange. I know it's been a lot of hard work getting everything worked out.
Obviously, we know how busy the team has been. We know that they came out the gates, at a full pace, and that's something that's been mentioned several times. But past what we know, which may take us up to whenever, this middle of next year, let's just say, what do we think is next? What can we guess is next? Because we've always known that there was the Derps, and then we all had an idea of Pred long time before Pred came to life. Drapes were kind of dropped on us, sure, but I don't think I'm aware of anything past that. What's next? What do people think where's going to go after Faction Wars is hit? What do you think is the next phase?
Uh, so from what I see. So the way I see it, and this is all speculation. Just so everybody knows, I am only a mod in the Derp Discord. I have no prior knowledge to what is going on as far as the roadmap is concerned. So everything you hear me saying is just from me paying attention and seeing things in Discord uh, and my guesses of what's going to happen. So we had Derp Exchange. I imagine the next thing to provide utility after the raffle system would probably be the Pred Armory to customize the Pred. And then probably at the same time to kind of go hand in hand with that would be Dirt 2.0 to kind of open that policy for customization and dynamic NFTs for the Derps. So that's what I see right after the raffle system. And then that has to, in my mind, prelude the faction wars because then you have your Pred and your Derps both on open policies ready to participate in faction wars. Now, I just learned this last night, and this is just rumor, but I saw Voix say last night that it would only be Pred and Derps in the faction wars. Now, he said that as just kind of throwing that out there. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But things do change from what we learned a few months ago. Uh, but yeah, so
Wasn't
that
there
would be the
talk
next
of
thing.
character slots for Drapes or for Derplings to add in? I know that's been definitely mentioned in the past.
Yeah, it was mentioned in the past, and I think I showed a screenshot from what Art had said one time because we had asked character slots question mark, and he said yeah for all Derp characters. Now that may have changed, and it could have, and we might understand why that changed here in the coming weeks or months. Uh, but in my mind, if that did change, the only thing that makes sense is that the way they're doing faction wars might have changed, and it might be because of Pred and Dirtbirds being the only dynamic, customizable NFTs to participate in that faction war. Because Derplings, Drapes, they don't have that same open policy as Derps and Preds do, or that Derps will have whenever 2.0 comes out. And this is all guessing. This is like I said, I don't know anything. This is just from what I'm observing as a holder.
Yeah, you want to know what's next? Derp Connect! Derp Connect! I just fucking.
Yo, Geek, I see you request to speak.
Yeah, you rock, Geek, man. Geek, Geek was ready to speak, and you just send him back to listening mode, man.
No, I have. I think he's a speaker now, right? Or no?
No, he's back in listening, man. You just
Okay,
rock.
I just rugged him.
Geek.
He might be busy. Let's let him listen. He's busy. But so I guess like I don't know, after Faction Wars, I mean the only thing I can think of is like possibly the rescue missions. Um because that kind of plays into the lore and the story. Um,
Yeah, I guess that's kind of, the rebuilding of Derptopia, isn't it? That's how I see it going. Is like once faction wars, things are going to be broken, people are going to be hurt. I think it's then rebuilding what was, isn't it? That's phase three as such.
yeah. So I just got word from Geek. He said his audio messed up and he's back to coding, so it's all good. I didn't rug him. It was his audio that rugged him.
Oh, that's funny.
So like yeah, so after faction wars, possibly the rescue mission, but like one of the things I've been thinking about, and I think
I really want that rescue mission. Sorry for interrupting, but I regret sending some of my derplings.
really,
Like,
really.
Geek, you listening? I really want a rescue mission. It doesn't
what
have to
what
be this year, but I would like to. All right, all right, all right. I'm back. I'm gonna go
what's the
cry, guys. I'm getting
consensus?
emotional.
What's the consensus? Like everybody that wants to have a rescue mission reacts with like a hand wave or something, so I can see you.
Well, this is something that I think that in the future, once we have the derp token, we could vote, and it might cost you 10 derps, 20 derps to cast a vote if we're gonna go into a rescue mission.
Yeah, so it gives weight to those that are holders to vote, and not
Yes,
just anybody and everybody. That
because
makes
I
sense.
know I'm not the only one missing sleep at night, pretending his derp and derplings.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking like yeah, I can see a few reactions that people want rescue missions. Now there's two sides to it, and I'll play like devil's advocate. Like um, you know, I personally it can go either way and I'll be happy. And this is why. I sent what I knew I wanted to send and didn't care to hold because I wanted to get as many pred as possible. So that was my decision. I know a lot of people may have sent their precious, perfect deity dirt birds to prison.
Dude, you
And
saw that
only,
one? That
yes,
perfect
I
that
saw
and it was so
it. Yeah.
like
So,
I mean it was the emotion because when I started, I had the Excel sheet. I was ready. I went and ripped a bowl before getting into it, but I got lucky in minting one derpling, one egg, rank 4. And I just want to rub this on your face, Mel.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever.
you still you still haven't gotten the rank 4?
No, I don't have a R4. I don't.
All right, so that's
I
why
don't
you
think
have
I'll
the
ever get one.
emotion because you haven't had the emotion of getting an R4 mint. So when it hit me, dude, my emotion just rushed into me, and I just went balls deep because I had extra eggs and derplings, and I like, oh shit.
You just got blinded by the R4 greatness and just kind of went all in, right?
Went all in, dude. That's you know when you're like in the blackjack table and you hit in the roulette and you hit black and then you're emotional and you decided it happened to me and now I'm regretting it.
Yeah.
So
I can see why. So like the only way the rescue mission happens in the future, and this is what Dave said, is if it makes sense that the supply, I mean, it makes sense that the demand is there for it. If there's no demand, releasing 5,000 derplings and dirtbirds total back into the market would make no sense if there's not a demand for it. So if there is demand, it makes sense to do the rescue mission. But there are those in the community, of course, that think that even if that demand is there, you send away your derps and your derplings for a reason, and that they should stay locked up. I like I said, I can go either way. It for me, it can go either way. I think it's a fun aspect to it as a holder. And knowing that the community has a say so in it is even better. Knowing that the devs are going to leave it up to us in voting and whether or not that's something we want to do. I think it's something that would be fun for them to develop. But you know, it is what it is at this point. We'll see. We'll see in months down the road whether that happens or not. I think I think it'll be a while before there's talks of that, and whether or not that'll happen or not.
Oh, definitely. I got my
Yeah,
hopes up for Christmas 2024.
yeah, yeah. Little Christmas present, rescuing your derplings from prison.
Yeah, second anniversary. By second anniversary, there should be a rescue mission in plan.
Yeah. One of the things I was saying before we got on that thing is I feel like and this is just from what I've noticed in the space. I feel like story and lore in NFTs is missing, and I think that's like the next big wave. Like, so we had the whole mutation parent wave, we had the DAO wave, we had the metaverse wave. I think I think now looking at just kind of seeing what ETH is doing and kind of where they're going, I think story and lore, story driven projects will be like the next wave. And you kind of see that with like with a few projects in Cardano, but I think it has a lot of room to grow, and I'm excited for that because I don't know, maybe I was talking in the Discord about this. I think Derps have all the characters in place to make that happen. And I personally like the story aspect of Derps. And seeing that animation from Jamie, that animated short, just kind of solidifies that thought even more. Like it was so, I guess maybe because it was mine, it was fun. But I think a Derp holder in general enjoy the animated short because you're able to see your Derps in motion and have like a little story behind it. And that was just, oh, it was so much fun to watch. I liked it.
You was able to see dirt legs. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. My boots are nice. It's all they were shiny.
yeah, that's fun. And oh, adding back into something that you said there, the lore, I could see that same thing. And between the lore, adding a reward, like something I seen with this recent project that what is the duck is that they have
Yeah,
their
yeah,
lore. They have their lore, but once you make it in, they also have the reward. I think they call it the third eye, the crypt that lets you see
yeah,
uh, the purchase sooner. So that direction is where it's going with a lore and a reward.
yeah,
Um, utilizable reward.
yeah. I think you. I mean, I never want to be one to say that floor price reflects success, but you definitely see um, the fact that they took their time and created a story, created a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Um, an exclusivity to their project that is being reflected in their floor price. Like people want to be in there because it's like, man, if I'm a part of that exclusive club or that exclusive group in Mallet Order, and then like kind of the lore behind it is like, yeah, you're in this I don't want to say cult, but you're in this I don't even know the word for it, what they use, but anyway, you're in that group, and like you, because you're in that group, you have, uh, kind of inside knowledge of what's going on, and so like just that whole lore aspect behind it is really cool, and you're seeing that kind of reflected in the volume and the popularity of Mallet Order, and you'll most likely see more projects take that stance before they release. On Cardano and not just release and then add that after. Like to have that hype before Mint was so smart in my opinion. I see somebody in Discord said Stan. He said he wants his Derpling back, and Playa said, "Yeah, it's cool as long as there's an option." They're talking about the rescue mission. As long as there's an option, if there's a situation, is ideal for a rescue. Supply and demand makes sense. Derp comic books, yeah, Derp comic books, Derp animated shorts are going to be fun. Anybody else listening, if you want to ask a question about derps or you're curious, feel free to request. I can accept it. I see a few faces I don't know. No, I know everybody here. I recognize everybody's name. thank you guys for joining and listening in. I don't want to make this go too long, but yeah, if I don't want to cut anybody off if they have questions they want to ask. Dirt flamethrowers, the kids love it. So it's exciting to see the attention we're getting for derps and seeing a few I guess you would call them influencers in the space. Kind of funny looking at derps, looking our way, seeing people like Drams and um, different people that hold influence in the space, looking at us and bringing that kind of that FOMO to the OG derp holders and seeing people like just last night Ergonaut looking and researching for derps and him doing his research and he's going to be looking at picking up derps or converting derps to pred. It's just cool to see people finally seeing what we've been building since September, and I honestly feel like it's well deserved. Like the team is built, and we've been here, we've been active. Honestly, the Derp Discord has not stopped since September, and that's just a testament to how much fun Derp holders have. Uh, and so yeah, it's really cool to see it finally happening, and kind of like a snowball effect. Like the first wave of FOMO is hit, and then I think another wave will hit once this Derp exchange goes live and people start seeing, uh, holders get Derp and talk about it and use it for raffles, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time these next few weeks, I think.
Yeah, man, couldn't agree more with you, man. Oh, and like I said again and repeat, this team is built for the long run. Um, I, and we all been through a lot of different channels, and we go lurk. But like
Mhm.
going back to your point, like Derv chat has always been active. Like there's always something going on. There's been time that I wake up like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I go in there and I see the night crew just do it in there. And even if I go say Derp, they're like, "Hey, Smokey, what are you doing at this time? Like this,
Yeah.
this is not your time frame."
Yeah, it's funny that people recognize that they've been there long enough to know, like, man, you shouldn't be up right now. What are you doing?
This is
Yeah,
not your slot. And then I see sometimes you go in there and you see even telling Kirby to go to sleep. And you're like, oh wait, got one more. And
yeah,
it's always
yeah. It's
something
funny.
going on.
It's funny. It's like I know it's like it's very corny and cheesy to say, but like Dirtbirds is home to a lot of people. Like they'll go and they'll participate in other projects, but they'll always come back and be like, they find it their comfort. I guess it's a kind of their comfort zone being in Derp Chat. And that's not any knock against other projects. You kind of notice that like the ones that have been here for a while, just kind of they'll make their ways into other projects and have fun in those other projects and spend time and communicate with them. But then you always see them kind of like, man, like I'm glad to be back home. I guess you can say it's cheesy to say, but you see it happen a lot.
Oh
Um,
yeah, man. You know what? I wish Millie could be here because he will agree. Because it's the only place that he be doxing himself. You don't see. I don't think I see photo Millie in any other. I don't in any other place. Eliminate. So I
there
agree
was
with
a
him. It's
time
a home.
Millie would dox himself like once every day, easy. Like he gets on Discord and then docks himself, shows a picture of himself with his Starbucks drink or uh, flicking off the camera or something. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's like the only place that you see it like home. Like, all right, guys, I'm gonna share with you guys something stupid. Get ready for it.
yeah,
Like, it's fun
yeah,
out. I love it how the community picks up stuff like High Wind, creating the memes. Like I remember talking to him a while back, like how you did that. He was saying, "I'm just learning this," and now the
yeah,
guy's a master.
yeah. He's learning a lot. I've been talking with him during like the doing the Twitter showdown, the fights between Derps and Buffs and stuff. and just kind of in DMs with him and talking to him, and he said he's been learning a lot. Like there's some stuff that he's done that he's worked on, and then like he kind of wasn't happy with it, but then like as he's learning, as he's doing it, he's learning more stuff, and like it's a learning process. Even though like there might be 80% of the stuff that he's never shown to people because he hasn't happy with it yet, but he's learning in the process, and it's cool to see that transformation of like the stuff he used to put out to what he's putting out now. Is like you can see the improvement in the way he does it. And so it's real cool, like to talk to him in DMs and see, like, man, I'm getting this down. I'm learning how to do this. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking at Discord. Sorry, I get distracted. I'm looking at Discord, trying to see if there's any questions. But yeah, it's cool to see all the different talent coming out of Derps. Like, just the talent. Like, like the first one that comes to mind, and I'm really excited for is Lua. Like he created the Twitter Derp sales bot, and it's amazing. Like I have those notifications on every time I get a notification from the Derp sales bot. I look at it and I'm like, man, like it outperforms the Discord bot by 4, and he's working on. I mean, very 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 soon he'll have his bot connected to the Discord, so we'll have that bot in Discord, which would be amazing. But like just to see him uh, put his gifts to work, and to see that come full circle, and now he's gonna have the Derp Discord sales bot up and running very soon. Like that's so cool. So I know Louis listening. He's probably coding and probably can't listen at the same time. He jokes about that. Like if he's coding, he can't talk at the same time, so he has to stop what he's doing. But yeah, it's really cool to see like people like that doing what they love to do, and doing it to help improve the Derp um, experience. And like people like Highwind and
Now, I have a
was that?
question, Mel. And then this been Derp and Coffee. Have you been having your coffee?
I drank it already. I actually drank it before the Twitter Space because I knew I needed that little extra caffeine hit to get me going. So
Yes,
I
I've
drank
been.
it already. It was actually a different coffee than I'm used to, uh, and
What do
it's
you mean different?
because
What do you mean? You
different
had like
because
a bulletproof coffee there? You putting butter and
no
stuff?
different. No, different because like the coffee I used to buy at the store we shop at, they no longer carry it. Like ever since this like inflation supply chain situation, I think the store we go to stopped carrying certain brands, and that was the one of the brands that we used to buy coffee from the store from. They stopped carrying that brand, and I was not happy about that. So this past week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago, I had to buy a different brand, and so I've been drinking that. Now it's good, but it's not what I'm used to. You have your coffee that you're used to and you love. That was the one, and so like I've been having to get used to this new one, and I'm not a fan of it. So
Yeah, I'm having. My wife threw away a coffee that I had, and it was a Starbucks. I think it was like a honey and vanilla, like a limited edition, but she didn't like the way that it smelled. So she got me this 8 o'clock coffee, like a brand name,
hmm
and it's been decent. And I'm enjoying here my coffee. Like since today's a special occasion, I've been enjoying it with some Irish cream,
oh,
um,
nice.
some nice Jack hairs, puffing and blowing, and enjoying this conversation. And
Yeah, I
it's
feel
a lot
like
of good. So we're gonna be doing this next Saturday, right?
so that's the question. Like we'll see the feedback that I get from people like that have listened live, and those that kind of like listen later on, if this is something that they want to do on a weekly basis, or if it doesn't. So like the thing I wanted to do is I didn't want it to let's say I didn't want it to have like a certain topic. I just wanted to be like just a time where we can sit and chat and have fun. And so it just depends on the feedback. Like if it's something that people want, maybe we can do like I can do it because I personally won't be able to do like we're going on an hour 15 right now, you know, like I would like to keep it like maybe an hour tops if I do it on a weekly basis, just kind of chilling, talking. And it doesn't necessarily have to have a certain subject, but maybe whatever the news of the week is, maybe in derps or the news of the week in NFTs. And we just kind of discuss that and talk about it a little bit. Um, and and for those that do want to tune in on a weekly basis, I would encourage those that like have questions or that want to speak or say anything. Feel free because I enjoyed that more than just me talking the whole time. You know, I can talk the whole time. I'm used to it. I used to stream and do Twitch streams and I would sit there for hours and hours. Just even if there's nobody in chat, I'd be talking to myself. So so yeah, if it's something that you guys like and enjoy, I definitely could do this on a weekly basis, but I'd have to limit it to like just an hour tops, so that it doesn't take away too much time from my personal time on the weekends with my wife and other things that I have going on.
I feel that I've really enjoyed this. I've taken a walk to the shops and I'm just still listening and talking when I can. But if you're going to do this on a weekly basis, I think very quickly you could run out of content. So I think you might have to play it by ear or come up with an agenda beforehand, so at least you know what kind of topics you want to cover. I don't know if you've done that today. I'm sure you have, but that would be my only input. Is we've kind of gone around a bit today, but if you did it every Saturday, very
Yeah,
quickly
so
we'd be
like
talking about the same stuff.
Yeah, so like in my mind, I imagine like yeah, like I'll make mental notes of things that are happening and kind of like how I was doing derp shorts for YouTube videos. And like or even like I forget the other one that I did, just like the recap. I'll kind of make a mental note of things that happen maybe in the Discord or news that happens and just kind of touch on that. But one of the things I was kind of explaining is it helps a lot whenever other people speak because it gives different conversation and different viewpoints, and it's easier for me to bounce off of, and it gives me ideas of other things to speak about when other people chime in and say stuff. So like yeah, I could quickly run out of content, but I'll make mental notes throughout the week and just kind of touch on, oh yeah, did you guys see this happening, or did you see Millie's docs this week, or whatever, just inside jokes or Discord stuff that I would in the past have put in a video, but then I can just talk about it on these, kind of use it as
Maybe
like
you should, if you
go
had a
ahead.
Discord, a special channel in the Discord that anybody could come in and then ask a question, which you don't answer necessarily there or then, but you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
then
yeah.
use that in your thing on a Saturday, so people could preempt you questions.
That'd make a lot of sense. Maybe I'll put it like DM me questions that you are curious about, and then we can touch on the next Twitter space or something, so that it necessarily wouldn't be creating another channel in the Discord. So to keep it clean, but I personally will be able to receive it and review it, and then bring up in the next Twitter space. Yeah, that makes sense. Good idea. Thank you.
No,
So
but
yeah,
I
if
just
you
want to say
if
again, I've really appreciated what you've done today, and I think everybody has probably enjoyed it as well. So it's been really good.
Yeah, so like this one, it was just kind of all over the place, I guess, in a way. But I mean, that's how I kind of wanted it. I didn't want it to necessarily be like a certain topic for the first one. I just wanted to just kind of see how it went and see what people thought. And so, for those listening, if you have any questions um, that you or any topics really that you want to cover uh, for the next Twitter space, DM me. Find me on Discord. Just DM me. If it doesn't go through, then I think you have to send me a friend request. So don't do that. Try to DM me first. If it gives you an error, then just send me a friend request, and then I'll accept it, and then the DM should go through. But yeah, if you have any questions or any topics you want to discuss or talk about, it doesn't even have to be derp related. It can be anything, NFTs, because that's, most of us are here because of derp, but the the broader reality is that we're here because of NFTs, so if there's anything you want to discuss, send it my way. If anybody has questions now, feel free to ask. If not, I'll be kind of wrapping it up. I have IRL stuff to take care of, and I'm excited for today. I think today, um, when Weird Oz NFT Hoarder just posted on Twitter. So if anybody's curious, Hoarder, I don't know any information. All I know is that Hoarder is partnered with an artist, and they are creating an NFT project that's called Weird Oz underscore NFT. Uh, so if you guys want to go follow them to keep updated, feel free to. It's weird. The word weird, Oz underscore NFT is the Twitter. So you guys look them up, give them a follow. You're in good hands with Hoarder. He's been a huge uh, person in the space, and he's provided a lot of information. I've followed him, watched his tweets, and watched his reviews on certain NFT projects. So he's doing an awesome project. Another one that comes to mind is the project that another community member, Derp community member, has personally started themselves. It's called Drogs. Let me look up the exact Twitter for you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm scrolling through, trying to find. Shoot, where is it at? Maybe I have it on my messages. Um, oh, it's on my Discord messages, not my Twitter messages. No, 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 no. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry for that. Here we go. Go here. Drugs off chain. Okay, I just want to make sure I got it right. So drugs off chain. That is another NFT project that is from a community member um, in our Discord named Should You. If you guys recognize that name, that is from Should You. He has his own NFT project, 3,333 drugs. Ready to live off-chain forever. The first mousepad drawn pixelized NFT collection. Come get your drogs. I think they're pretty cool. And they have like a cool little game that goes with them. So he's actually running a Derp Apes giveaway right now. So you guys be sure to check them out. I love supporting community members that have their own projects or doing their own thing. So be sure to check them out. And don't sleep. This is another one. How can I forget? Got a message from Baldina Derp in their Discord. Don't sleep on Baldo NFT. That is another one that if you haven't been paying attention to the Derp Discord, you may not know. But there is a Baldo NFT collection coming out. And for those that don't know who Baldo is, you're in for a treat. Let's just
Wait,
say that.
is that for real? I thought it was a meme.
No, it's for real.
I should be more in the Discord, man.
I think he hasn't tried to promote it too much because he wants to make sure everything's ready before releasing it. But look, I don't know any insider information. I just know that it's being worked on and that it's an NFT project. Let's just say that. Yeah. Thank you,
All right,
Baldina Derp.
that that's gonna be epic. Hey, but this has been good, and it could be very subject in the future. There was one that I was curious, and I don't think we're gonna have the time and topic to talk about in the future. But it was like wallet security. They've just been
Okay.
having thinking me with recent hacks. Like
Yeah.
my C phrase being in Yoroi eternal, same C phrase could be compromised to be hacked by the if they have a hack. Just had me thinking. But that's something we
Yeah.
could some subject. I would like to hear it from somebody that had more knowledge than me, how that
Yeah.
works.
So maybe what I can do to like help with those types of topics is so like if you send those questions to me, like when I prepare for the next space, I can post stuff on Twitter being like, okay, hey, we want to discuss this kind of thing. Is there anybody that knows information about this topic? And so like stuff like that somebody more experienced or more knowledgeable about that topic could speak on, we could have them drop information so that we can discuss and I can look at it and maybe talk about and have more knowledge of it beforehand because I personally don't know off the top of my head that kind of answer. So whenever we have those subjects, or if you send me those DMs or maybe post to my Twitter, let me know like, hey, I want to talk about this. Then I could put it out there, be like, hey, does anybody know about this situation or this topic? And so that we can discuss it more in depth for the next Twitter space would be great. So,
Definitely, definitely.
all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up unless anybody has any other questions and you want to ask a question, just request to speak. If I don't see that, then I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Uh, if this is something that you guys want to do in the future, maybe I'll put up a poll on my Twitter to vote for and see kind of what people think. And honestly, be honest with me under that poll, comment like what you thought about the Twitter space. And honestly, I take criticism well. So be completely brutally honest. I want to improve this for you guys if this is something that you want to hear every week. I don't want it to just be under par or whatever. I want to kind of make it better and make it more enjoyable and something that people look forward to, and not something that's just kind of thrown together. So yeah, leave comments on that poll. I'll post it after this is done, and so that you can leave your questions there and your feedback there, so I can do better next time, I guess, and improve this for you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. I will get that feedback and I'll let you know if that's something I want to do every week. And yeah, so get ready for the Derp Exchange to go live. It'll be happening here very soon, according to Dave and Geek. So I'm excited for that. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. If it's evening for you, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you guys so much, and see you next time. All right.